Today we're on our way to Chef Wang, one of my favorite restaurants that serves Sichuan style food. It has many other types of food too, but we go there to get our hot mala food. Hi, this is Arthur from the Minute Review Show. If you have a minute, I have an opinion. In 2015, the New York Times reviewed Chef Wang at a time when Sichuanese cuisine was taking over the New York Chinese food landscape. It was given a glowing review, a quote, very good, unquote rating. And today, we're going to see why the Times chose to review this restaurant in the humble town of New Hyde Park. At the heart of Sichuanese food, you will taste mala, also known as spicy and numbing, which is the signature flavor of Sichuanese peppercorns. When looking at the menu, you should focus on the Chef Wang specialized section of the menu. Then look at the new Sichuan cuisine section of the menu. Both are printed on the menu with brown backgrounds. Contained within these two pages are the best dishes at Chef Wang. Most of the other dishes at Chef Wang are mainly Cantonese, American Chinese food, and sushi. There's also a lunch menu section. After we were seated, we were given a dish of salted peanuts. Hi, today we're at Chef Wang. It's a restaurant in New Hyde Park, and it's one of my favorite restaurants. It serves Sichuan food, and the reason why I like coming here is because it's very authentic, and I like this place also because I remember many years back the restaurant was opened by, I believe, a chef who worked in Manhattan, and he worked at a Sichuan restaurant out in Manhattan, and this place turned out to be one of the most genuine Sichuanese restaurants in Long Island. Now, for those who know something about Sichuan food, it's known for the mala flavors, and mala is basically spicy and numbing flavors. So what we're going to do is that we're going to order a set of dishes that reflect what this restaurant normally serves. There are two sections of the menu. One is more the old style Chinese food, which is more of the Cantonese stuff, and the other part of the menu is more of the Sichuan types of food. They're reflected in the menu that I showed you earlier. It's all, those sections are in the black sections of the menu. The first dish we ordered, the Chengdu spicy fish, is a giant heaping cauldron of spicy broth filled with fish and vegetables. The first dish that was served is the Chengdu spicy fish bowl. And the spicy fish bowl has these giant pieces of fish. They're sliced fish, and let's give this a try. Okay. These are super fresh. They're really nice and squeaky in your mouth. They taste like they were just filleted off a fresh fish. And it has that numbing flavor that I love from Sichuan food. The bowl, the fish comes in a giant bowl, a really big bowl for about $27. And the fish is swimming in a spicy broth. It's not an oily broth, it's more of a thick broth, and it's actually really good. I should add that this dish also has a healthy portion of Napa cabbage and also a handful of peanuts. Now, Napa cabbage should take the flavor of the sauce, which is nice and spicy. Let's try this. Yes, it's really good, and it also has the right amount of saltiness. Is not over salted, which sometimes Sichuan restaurants tend to do, but this one is not over salted. It's just perfect, and it's delicious. Here's another look at all the goodness inside this bowl. Another component of this dish that my friend had told me about is this. This is tofu, also swimming in the broth, and let's see what type of tofu this is. Okay. This is the soft tofu, not the silken tofu, but the soft tofu is holding its shape, is not crumbling. and it soaks up that delicious spicy sauce. I really like this. I have to say something about the hot pot with the fish, the sliced fish. That dish for $27 is massive. It can feed 3 to 4 people easily. There's just so much stuff in it. It's a giant pot, and I think if I were just to order that, I can easily feed a bunch of people. The next dish we ordered was the fried lamb with cumin, a super savory dish that goes so well with rice. The next dish we ordered is the cumin lamb. The cumin lamb is a spicy lamb with cumin. And what we have here is a dish with big chunks of lamb, is what it looks like. And there's also pieces of cilantro, actually a lot of cilantro is what it looks like. And it tastes very aromatic. That's what I think it will, so let's try. The lamb is nice and tender, is not tough at all, and there's a good amount of salt in it. The spicy chili flakes and cumin in this lamb, it makes it very spicy and savory, and basically it goes great with rice. Excellent dish, and in fact I think it would go good with noodles, but this goes perfect with rice. Next, we ordered the sesame prawns, an American Chinese inspired dish. The next dish we ordered is the sesame shrimp, and sesame shrimp is pretty much, I think, a Chinese American type dish. And this dish is basically a deep fried shrimp with a bunch of with sweet sauce on it, and also sesame on the outside. And this is what it looks like. And from what I can tell, in the sesame shrimp dish, they used the extra large shrimp, which is very good. And there's also a bunch of broccoli in that dish. A lot of broccoli, by the way. So let's see how they make it. Okay. The shrimp is nice and fresh. Interesting, it's not super snappy, so maybe they didn't velvet the shrimp enough, but it's still fresh tasting. The sauce itself is sweet, not sugary sweet, but it's more like a ketchup sweet. There's a slight tang in it, which is quite pleasant. And finally, we ordered the great, and I mean great, Ching diced chicken with Sichuan peppercorns. It's also known in Chinese as lazaji. It's savory and super addictive. For those of you who haven't had Ching chicken before, it's basically fried chicken, spicy fried chicken, with a bed of dried chili peppers. And a lot of people love this dish for its savoriness and heat. Okay, so the next dish we're having is the Ching chicken. They cut it into these tiny little cubes that are bite-sized, and they usually make this with dark meat. So let's see if they make it with dark meat. Let's give this a try. Yes, it is dark meat, which is the way that should be, and not overly salty, but just enough salt to bring out the flavor of the chicken. You can taste the deep fried crispiness of it, and you get that pleasant zing of the mala and the chilies. Excellent. I want you to take a closer look at the chili. This is what the chili looks like. And you may wonder, why is there a pile of chili in the Ching chicken? Well, people put the chili in there just for the flavor, not for eating. And basically, if you eat one of these and eat a seed, your mouth will burn up. It'll be set on fire, so you don't want to eat these. They're purely for flavor. Okay, now the meal is almost over. We've had a chance to try 5 different dishes today, and I'm not going to review the one dish that is clearly an American Chinese dish, which is the curry chicken. I ordered that for my son, who's with me today. I'm going to talk a little bit about the main dishes. Now, specifically, this is a Sichuan restaurant, So we ordered 3 dishes that are specifically from that region. The Cumin Lamb, the fish hot pot, sliced fish hot pot, and finally the Ching chicken, which is, to me, is a classic. And finally we ordered more of a Chinese American dish, the Sesame Shrimp. Now, what I can say is that all 3 of these Sichuan dishes that we ordered were done precisely how they should be done. All 3 had the right amount of heat, right amount of saltiness, and also they came in big portions for a reasonable price. I believe the Chun chicken and the Cumin Lamb was about $20 to $22 each, but they came in a huge portion, which is a great deal. It's very hard to find that type of dish in Manhattan, out here in Long Island, even in Queens, for a reasonable price. In fact, I would say that for these portion sizes, you're probably going to pay between $30 to $35 at any other restaurant. And this is genuine Chinese food, genuine Sichuan food. Now, what I can say is that I enjoyed every single one of those dishes. As I described, they're given in good portions. They are also priced fairly. One thing that I forgot to mention earlier in the video is that when you walk into this restaurant, it looks like a lodge. It has on the inside, it looks almost like one of those Norman Tudor style buildings. In fact, I think in a previous life, this was probably not a Chinese restaurant, but there's 2 giant dining rooms, one in the section that I'm sitting in and one in the other section, which is to my left. Now, either way, you're going to get plenty of seating options. It's super comfortable sitting in here. There's plenty of room, and also you have the option of sitting in a booth, sitting in a large round table, or maybe sitting in a large square table. But in any case, it's nice and comfortable in here. That's another reason why I like coming here. Also, from what you can see earlier in the video, there's a parking lot on the outside, which makes it very convenient if you want to drive here. We're out in New Hyde Park, and New Hyde Park tends to be a little denser, so it's actually good that they have a parking lot. It makes it nice and convenient if you're coming from a little further abroad. The service here is really good. The moment that we were shown to our table, we were given menus, and I saw that it would take us a long time to get through the menus because the menu, as you saw earlier in the earlier segment, is really large. So we asked the waiter to give us 5 minutes twice so that we can go through the entire menu. But what I can say about the menu is that, once again, it's the type of menu where there's something for everyone. If you like Chinese American style food, they have it. If you like Cantonese food, they have a small section of it. They have it. If you like Sichuan food, which is why you're coming here, they have 2 large sections in the menu that are marked in black with a black background. So those are the dishes that you probably want if you're coming here. In conclusion, those who live near Chef Wang in Nassau County are fortunate to have this restaurant close by. I should also add that the chef in 2015 owned 3 successful Sichuanese restaurants in Manhattan. Come and give it a try. The final bill came out to be $109.22 before tip.